Going to the museum. And I suck. How's it going tonight, Adam? Your Dookie's doing well? Them little blue devils kicking some booty. Yeah, I didn't think Pitt would be much of a set of competition. I seen Louisville was beating Clemson, and it wasn't close enough for me to flip on, so I come down here because I got about an hour, and I got an hour and a half. Tough place to play, that Cameron Indoor Arena. Ugh. I wouldn't have believed that if you told me, honestly. And you did. I still hardly have a hard time believing it. All right. I struggle on the museum. Gonna let it rock and roll, see if I can figure anything out. Because I got a little bit of time. I bet, bro. I'm telling you, the artwork in this place really messes with me. You know, the creators of this game, they have this infatuation with fat guys, naked. There's a lot of weird stuff about this game. I like the game, but I could do without the fat, naked weirdos. Her head changed. Yeah. Oh, see? Fat naked guys drinking coffee. What the F? Don't you? They should have just had a nice mix. They could have come up with something else other than fat naked guys. I guess maybe the dude that created the game was a chubby chaser. A gay, deranged chubby chaser. I don't know, it's just a little weird. Road to show for funsies. What a nice place to play, Philadelphia. Ugh. I don't see Jack, and I'm about to lose. I've got at least two of them out there. Kicking my butt. You missed three anomalies. Image in the lobby. Okay, I know what that one was. Object manipulation in the cafeteria, and object movement in the statue gallery. Well, I'm telling you, well, probably only one out there, but I'm not seeing very much right now. That cannot be good for one's neck. And she bends it the other way, too. What's up, Ian? Just piddling around a little bit before I got to run some errands tonight, so I really struggle with this map. That was weird. I really struggle with this map, so I'm trying to figure a few things out. I'm doing awesome, brother. How's the little dude doing? I don't know if that's right or not. Painting looks different. Hey, I'm not always dumb. Yeah, I've been sick too. I'm just now getting through it. I would have played. I would have come in here and played and hung out, but I couldn't talk without coughing. I didn't want to be rude. were talking, Ian, why do they always have big, freaky, naked guys? It's probably my best first hour in here with 3 knocked out. Oh yeah, I'm almost over it. I got a little bit left to get out of my chest, and I'll be good. But there was 4 days there I couldn't do nothing. Yeah, the whole series. Um, what I know about them is that they were made in England, and I guess just some weirdos. I feel like that sign's in the wrong spot. That's probably not the right way to. No. Screen has got some kind of warning on it. The best thing about these games, though, are that people can join in and play with you because it moves at a pace that's conducive for that. They got some kind of weird heads. There's a lot of people that like to come in and help, so that makes it fun. I get to talk to people. Adam, I'd have to strike that as weird speculation at best, probably false. And that's because they haven't even decided who their GM or coach is going to be in New York. I don't think they know what they're going to keep. That ain't the right dude. I can buy into that, but that would be the one guy I would suspect that would be kept regardless. But we'll see who they hire as a general manager. That's really going to determine it. I think the Jets are trying to they're trying to secure. Oh, I saw something. Uh, I think the Jets are after Vrabel. I think Vrabel's the first chip to fall, guaranteed. That statue is looking at me. Hey, dude, I don't know who you are, but you need to go. Yeah, Bill's not going back to New England. They don't want him there. Yeah, a priest with two sets of eyes, dude. Kind of flipping weird. Move the ladder over. I thought I smelled Brockton. What's up, homie? I think the Patriots and the Jets are fighting over Vrabel right now. That's what I think. And he'll be the first one to. He'll be the first coach hired. I think Bill went to Chapel Hill for the simple fact that he couldn't find a job in the NFL, and he's got a whole staff of people that he employs, and he had to get back to work. Doesn't hurt that his 24-year-old girlfriend is a North Carolina alum. And I love the sarcasm in that text as a huge North Carolina fan. Yeah, when I told you that, you told me I was lying to you. I guess you finally watched the press conference. Hey, that's the first time I got 9 in there. About when his dad was there. Oh, you watched it. You know you did. I mean, he made that statement one time, and that was telling a story to loosen up the writers at his press conference. You know, you may disagree, and I know you will, just because I know your personality. But Bill Belichick at Chapel Hill does help the whole. It helps the ACC as a whole. Oh, absolutely. Maybe so, but he might have the single greatest football mind in the last 30 years. And to put him at the college level and develop young people, it's going to be a big plus for the conference as a whole. I know a lot of people are excited to see. That dude got bug eyes. I mean, you can be insufferable. I could give a shit less, but I think it's good for your whole conference, and for that rivalry, it makes that rivalry better. Well, TV increases revenue, which increases money for the school, which increases NIL, which increases how much you can pay your players, which can't hurt. That's hilarious. That makes me smile. Because if there is one thing in this world I despise, and it's University of Kentucky basketball. That's hilarious. So I'm going to get to be insufferable at work tomorrow. Because three of the guys that work for me are all big time Kentucky fans. And they ride me like a rented mule. Yeah, I'm sorry. This one has a lot of image anomalies, just so you can figure it out. Uh, I think it's one of those that's probably it might be a 50-50 type of game. You play 10 times, you might go five each way. But that's the truth in college basketball because consistency's a little down. It's when you get in that 70-30 type of percentage that you're in trouble. I'll say this, they're pretty evenly matched. And although Cooper Flagg may be the best player in college basketball as a freshman this year, and more than likely the number one draft pick, defense travels, and it's it's a little easier to kind of, I don't know about putting him in check, but keeping him maintained. Yeah, the loss to Clemson and Georgia doesn't seem like a lot. That kid that plays point guard for Ohio State that that dominated that game is pretty on time. My my overall perception is that if you have an elite point guard that knows how to run a floor and not necessarily be in the game for himself, you know, uh, you have a much better opportunity to win if you've got a true distributor at the point. And that's the one thing Ohio State has. I don't know much about Clemson. Clemson just lost to Louisville tonight, and Georgia, 19-10-4. Yeah, those are outstanding numbers for a freshman. Especially on a team full of five-star recruits. Listen, with all the money that's invested in college basketball, I think every team should be comfortable running a 10-man rotation because when you play 2 games a week in conference all the way January, February, and March, and then you go into a tournament, having your legs underneath of you's got to be important. And most of these teams rotate about 8 guys. They rotate their best 8, but I think 9 and 10 need to be playing. I would definitely agree with you there. Never understood why, they have like 14 scholarships or something like that, and they recruit guys and then just leave them on the bench for 4 years. Yeah, that's the one thing I like about my team is Ballo is starting to play right, and we have 2 guys that can play center that start, and then we have a very capable backup at 7 foot, another 7 footer at backup, and they could rotate very easily once they're all healthy. Same. I feel the exact same way about my coach. I don't like his rotations. I don't like his substitutions. I don't like how much he shortens the bench in the second half, and then we go cold with 2 minutes to go because the guys have no legs underneath them. I know what they think they're doing, but I agree with you. I think figuring out a good rotation and getting guys comfortable and playing is important. Another thing that I think is real important that you don't see a lot of is I think a lot of these guys, coaches, chintz out on conditioning. I don't think they work these kids as hard as they used to because they seem to wear out. A guy would play 10-minute rotations before, and now they play 3 minutes and then they have to go sit down for three. I think conditioning is way more important, and we don't see enough of it anymore. Oh, now I know what it is. I knew there was something wrong there. I just couldn't figure it out. The room shrunk. It's a common occurrence. The coaches aren't as hard on the kids because the kids are getting paid money, and they're afraid of the kids wanting to transfer out, which costs the coach their job. Coaches don't have as much control as they used to. I think it's bad now. It's going to get even more rare that kids stay on the same university for 4 years. Yeah, truthfully, that guy there um, was an anomaly when he came into the league. His size and athleticism. He might have been the best college basketball player in the last at least 20 years. Yep. Yeah, he never panned out past college, but that 1 year, golly. Okay, okay, let's go. I really don't like the NBA. It's a shame they're trying to make college just like it. Oh, I agree. I loved it in the '90s with Jordan. I know you're a little young, but if you were just to kind of live through that time, it's a totally different game. Way more physical. The '90s NBA was pretty tough. Watching him, I'd go watch him and Reggie Miller duel it out in Indianapolis. Kobe was a good representation of Jordan being his idol. I know that's wrong, but I just had to try. Yeah, you know that era really changed the ACC. Ralph Sampson at Virginia was like 7'4". Uh, Jim Valvano at North Carolina State. That whole era of ACC basketball. I don't follow the Pacers. I don't really follow the NBA much. Just my college team, and I think they're 13-3, something like that. Can't get my head into it today. From last season transfer to Louisville. No, the one that transferred to Louisville from the Big Ten was Chucky Hepburn from Michigan or from Wisconsin. Our two guys that transferred out, one went to Tulane, and one went to DePaul. Yeah, I'm. I've got it. I've got some of the upsets in my head that I want to pick, but I'm still close enough to win the pick'em. So I don't know that I want to. I don't know that I want to venture that far yet. Only 3 points behind. Yeah, because Pittsburgh's flat struggled the last 3 or 4 weeks, but their offensive production has went down, which has kind of hurt the defense because the defense is on the field too long. It's kind of like that. There's no complimentary football there right now, and that's what scares me about going to Baltimore. Because if you go to Baltimore and you can't play, you can't keep your offense on the field, then they're going to run you. They're going to run you to death, and they're going to beat you like they beat Houston a few weeks back on the road. Um, but I think Denver and Buffalo. I think that's really interesting. I think that one looks like a really good game. George Pickens, he just has a tendency to screw up. I don't know. I think Minnesota at the Rams is an interesting one as well. I feel like the Chargers at Houston's a toss up. All right, I think this will be my last one. So, see if I can get something more. I'm still struggling with it. Yeah, he dropped he dropped a few passes in that game. I think 4 drops. A couple of them were contested, but some of them shouldn't have been. and I watched that guy in college, Adam. He's uber talented. He's just there's a lot of guys that don't have the mental capacity to carry their talent to the NFL. That kid we drafted in the third round, that Jermaine Burton, he'll be out of the league in a couple years too. Wait and see. And he's super talented. Michigan UCLA ought to be a good game. Yeah, he's just got I don't know disciplinary problems. I don't know what I know that these teams like to try to fix that in guys, but hate to think we wasted a draft pick, but everybody does. I still think that guy's got potential, but yeah, I mean these wide receivers they should be ready to go when they get to the NFL. I guess Jerry Jones is definitely keeping McCarthy. Didn't let him talk to Chicago. That's a team that's hard to figure out. Chicago requested an interview from Mike McCarthy, and Dallas denied the request. Well, they requested it. He's under contract until January 14th. So they requested it via Dallas ownership. Ownership denied the request for interview. So that really makes up their mind that McCarthy's not going anywhere. All right, I'm gonna start letting dogs out and running errands. I doubt I will be back today, but I will be on here for something tomorrow. See you guys then.